2K Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Shriners Hospitals for Children Open is about to start. I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's hello to Henny Koyak down on the course, following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm very happy to be covering this week's featured group. What a pairing. These two, they've been going back and forth at each other. There is quite the budding rivalry here.
And this week, Henny, they're looking to beat Harold Varner III. It should be an exciting and entertaining duel.
Absolutely, Luke. Harold Varner III is one of the most charismatic, talkative, and highly skilled players out there on tour. He'll either cut you down with his game or his slick talking. You better be on your guard.
Yes, he's got a sharp tongue and a clever game. Let's see how HV3 goes up against this player in this rivalry. Henny, what's the player facing here?
Yeah, he's looking at maybe a little over 130 to the pin.
Going with the 8-iron here. Should find the green here. Oh, what a shot. You'll take that. He's found the surface. Good chance here. Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
Setting up this putt 22 feet from the cup. What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
That's disappointing. 3 feet to go here to the hole. So it'll be a par to start their round.
Nothing wrong with an opening par, just easing their way into this round.
He's currently tied for first. The second at TPC Summerlin is a par 4 measuring 469 yards from the back tee. It plays slightly downhill, so a strong drive here will set up even just a short iron approach. However, there's a huge waste area to the right, so accuracy off the tee is required. The smart option here is to lay back with a 3-metal and give yourself a full shot in, and also take one club less into this green as it will release down the slope. Oh, golf clap. That's a beauty. Time for the second shot here on the second hole. Looks to have opted for the 8-iron. Getting ready to play their third. Putting for a par now. Ouch, that hurts. Just a tiny putt is all that remains. Currently at +1 for the tournament. The third hole at TPC Summerlin is a very strong par 4 measuring 492 yards. There's a huge ravine that works right up through the middle of this. It requires a very strong drive up the right half to go at this green in 2. There is a big fairway to the left if you want to tuck over and get up and down for your par that way.
That's really not what they were looking for.
The third hole at TPC Summerlin has been converted from a par 5 down to a 4, Rich, which makes his second shot much tougher.
Second shot across the ravine to a green that's surrounded by bunkers. Should you find the green in 2, 2 putts from there will be just fine. But watch out, big numbers abound should you start missing this green out to the right.
And now let's head over to Harold Varner III.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Oh, almost went in. He has this putt to save his par. Okay, steady now. Just a 4-footer remaining. And down it goes for consecutive bogeys.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Now playing a little defensively.
And unfortunately heading in the wrong direction on the leaderboard after that hole. The 4th at TPC Summerlin is a pretty straightaway par 4, measuring 450 yards from the back tees. The fairway bunkers down the left and right are to be avoided. Really, not much to this hole, just be accurate on approach. Good looking shot this. The history of golf has been littered with some great characters. For the modern game, Harold Varner III is right up there. A really personable guy, just effervescent. And I think, Rich, the only thing we're all waiting for is that first W to come. He seems to deserve it.
I can't wait to see what happens when he gets that first W. Oh, it's going to be blissfully fun. He's such an engaging personality that you can't help but just like him. He is out there enjoying every single moment of being on the PGA Tour, playing against the best in the world, and he believes that he can hang with every single one of those players. It hasn't kind of shown up yet, but there's no doubt in my mind with the belief that he has in his own game, that alone will carry him to a win on the PGA Tour sooner than later, and I'm thinking it could happen as early as this year.
Pretty good chance here. This one's for par.
Well, HV3 looking a little gloomy because this putt could put him down behind his playing partner.
The 5th at TPC Summerlin is a par 3 measuring 197 yards. Depending on where they put the tees on this hole ensures the type of club you need to get at it. If you're going at it, make sure you avoid that bunker that's short and right. That might be one club too many. Left yourself an opportunity. Good opportunity coming up to move into the top 10 on the leaderboard. Be the ball, Danny. No. Oh, a little bit of a rush of blood by the looks of it. Well, that'll maintain the momentum. Nice par putt. Now 3 strokes back after that hole. The 6th at TPC Summerlin is a snaking par 4, playing 430 yards. There's a big waste area up to the left-hand side that needs to be avoided. If you can position your drive on the right half of this fairway, it gives you the best shot up the hill to a green that is not protected by any bunkers. Well struck. And taking aim from around 100 yards here. 3 strokes off the lead.
Going for less club here.
And he's safely on the green.
Slim chance here for birdie, but you never know.
Well, this would be a bonus. This is a very long putt. That'll sting a bit. There's part of about 6 feet coming up.
This for par.
Yeah, we'll take that. And now heading over to Harold Varner III.
He's got some work to do, but he's only 1 back from his rival.
Come on. Don't be shy.
Shame it didn't drop. So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. The 7th at TPC Summerlin is a short par 4 measuring just 382 yards off the tips. Really, you just want to avoid the trees on the left-hand side because that will prevent you getting at the green, which is well guarded by bunkers and trees. Lay up, short right, a nice little wedge in here and try and make a birdie. Now, great rhythm on that swing. Time for the second shot here at the 7th. Oh, that's a high caliber shot. And this putt to move into the top 5 on the leaderboard. A bit long on that one. Oh, I don't mind this par putt. Yeah, nothing to sweat over that one. Well hold. And now let's head over to Harold Varner III.
He's just coming off a drop shot on that last hole.
A spot amongst the leaders here awaits if they can make this. Move inside the top 20. Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread. And after that effort, that's how it looks. The 8th at TPC Summerlin is a big par 3 playing 239 from the tips. A well-struck shot will avoid the gully here, but anything to the left half can roll off the green. The bunker short rider also to be avoided, so you don't make a sloppy bogey. Going with the 5-wood. Anything in 5 feet to be handy from here. Oh, what a shame. That would have been a nice one to hole.
It defies gravity, that one. That should have chased out more, but it didn't.
The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. The 9th at TPC Summerlin is a par 5 measuring over 563 yards. Really, the main aim here is to just avoid that bunker off the left of the tee. Then, if safely in the fairway, you can get after this green. A strong shot will play to the left half of this green and feed down to any hole location. A birdie chance, no doubt. That was a little untidy, wasn't it? Henny, I'm sure you've got a better look of that lie.
Looks like they have a good lie here in the second cut.
Opting for the 5-wood. This lie's not great. That should find the sand.
This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
And from the bunker here, looking for an up and down. What a shot! Almost went in the bucket. Well, that'll avoid a number of drop shots. Well hold. And now heading over to Harold Varner III.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Rich, how are we looking after 9?
Luke, so far, it's been entertaining watching these two go head-to-head. Not too sure exactly how this is going to play out, but so far, so good. Love watching these two compete.
Time for the second shot at the 10th. Oh, come on, you're better than that. 3 over for the day. In a good position here, just outside the top 10. This is their 5th shot. 3 shots off the lead. 7 feet to the cup. That's frustrating. And the dreaded triple bogey putt. The putt drops, and we're moving on. Now 6 strokes back after that hole. Placement off the tee is required at the TPC Summerlin 11th hole. Par 4, measuring 448 yards. The big bunker down the right side is to be avoided at all costs. And there's also a little tree there which might affect any line of sight approach to this green. And now let's head over to Harold Varner III.
Oh, he's out in front here in this rivalry, but can he stay that way?
What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
He's setting up here from about 115 yards.
Opting for the 9-iron.
Uh-oh, this one leaking out to the right.
And here we are with the 3rd shot. Oh, that's a tasty looking chip. Top shot.
Yes, very smooth tempo there on that chip.
The 12th here at Summerlin is another short par 4. 442 yards off the tips, but plays slightly downhill and leaves just a short iron approach. The only real danger here is the big body of water that starts around 150 yards short and goes right up past the green. That's an awful error. And now heading over to Harold Varner III.
He's currently 1 stroke better than his rival and playing partner today.
Oh, that's great. It just missed the hole. Okay, let's get back to the action. Henny, what have they got in front of them here?
He's got around 100 yards here.
Sadly, this one will make a splash from about 100 yards. Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. Oh, stop it. What a way to make your par.
Oh, beautiful little pitch shot down the hill. Thank you. Gets it to go. Great shot.
And after that performance, they'll stay right where they are in the standings. The 13th at TPC Summerlin is a monster par 5 measuring over 600 yards from the back tees. The big hitters with a tail breeze can cover that bunker on the left-hand side. But if you want to lay up, make sure you've given yourself the right number because there's a lot to this green and plenty of ways to 3-putt it. Be careful on approach. Well, that's showcasing their power there, Rich.
I tell you what a sensational play. This player stepped up their game, a bold play, hopefully a bold reward.
A bit too much pace on that one. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Just got to use the touch of a feather. Barely has to blow on it. This is just downhill.
Wonderful shot. Nicely played. Moving on up the leaderboard now after that hole. The 14th at TPC Summerlin is a straightaway par 3, playing 168 yards. The green slopes right to left, so make sure you've got the right length of club so you're not left with a long putt. That's not what they hoped for, I'm definite about that. Nicely done. This one just outside 7 feet to the hole.
This one to save par.
And now let's head over to Harold Varner III.
It's been neck and neck. He's actually tied with his rival. This is tough. Can he do it?
And there it goes from the sand. It's time to check on the leaderboard. The 15th at TPC Sutherland is a great short par 4. In fact, a lot will try and drive it in the tournament. If you want to lay it back, you've got around about 115 yards uphill to a green where you can't see those back hole locations. However, a good aggressive play here must avoid the pot bunkers around the greens or the big waste area to the left. A chance to make a birdie here or even an eagle.
Not quite sure about the strike on that one. This could be heading towards the rough. Will he be able to get out of this one?
This reminds me of my breakfast. Nice fried egg.
Be nice to see this one go down. Let's see if they make it. That was a gallant attempt.
In she goes. Let's head to the next.
And that's now 5 over for the tournament. The 16th at TPC Summerlin is another one of those great scoring holes en route to the finish. A par 5 playing 560 yards. A well-struck drive up the right half here gives you a chance to get at this green in 2. If you are going for the green, make sure you got enough club because that huge penalty area in front of it will ruin any score. Be careful going through the green here as well because getting down from over the back is not that easy. That's going to find the water, sadly.
Time now for the 4th shot. 5 strokes behind our leader.
Chosen the pitching wedge here.
That's less than ideal. He'll be disappointed in that one.
Here's their 6th shot. 5 shots off the pace. Great looking shot this.
And now heading over to Harold Varner III.
Coming off a bogey on the last hole.
Okay, time to return to the action. Just 6 feet between he and the hole. Oh, just missed. This putt coming up is for triple bogey. Now 8 shots back after that hole. The 17th at TPC Summerlin is a downhill par 3 playing 196 yards. Jonathan Bird once famously holed out in the playoff here to snatch the title. The green shapes right to left towards the hazard, so make sure if you're going to go for it, be very accurate. Well, this will be a big putt to make. The birdie always nice, but particularly when it's a 2.
Well, that's a bit disappointing.
Nicely holed. And for par.
Why don't we catch up with the V-man, Harold Varner III.
He's 2 strokes ahead in this group rivalry today.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard.
Sitting at 8 over par for the event. The 18th at TPC Sutherland is a 444-yard par 4 with a big body of water just beyond the gully, which you've got to drive. Make sure you avoid those bunkers on the right side to give you a good iron into this green.
From around 140 yards here.
This one looks to be a tad wayward. Splash. And Henny, what's he looking at here?
Setting up from about 100 yards.
Nice shot that. That should find the surface. And this putt for a final score of 80. Wow, that's misjudged.
This next putt for double bogey.
And that will conclude his tournament to date. And as this event comes to an end, I'm pretty sure this player will be ruining some poor mistakes.
Tough tournament all around for this player. Better days ahead for them, I'm sure.
Well, on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, and Rich Beem, thanks for tuning in. Catch you tomorrow.
.2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup.
Today's coverage of the Champions Invitational is about to begin.
I'm Luke Elvey alongside major champion Rich Beem in the booth, and it's wonderful to welcome in Henny Koyak, who's out on the course following our featured group.
Hi, Luke and Rich. Looking forward to following these two players again as they reignite their rivalry. I have a feeling we'll be in for some more exciting golf as these two battle it out.
Rich, how do you see it?
Their last matchup saw HV3 as the winner, so let's see if this player uses that to fuel their performance on the course this week.
Yes, high on confidence as Harold Varner III. Make sure you step up to the plate and deliver, although you're going to enjoy this rivalry because he's one of the best players out on tour to play with.
And now let's catch up with John McCarthy for an on-course report. What can we expect from Echo Park Golf Club this week, John?
Well, Luke, one thing I can say about this after walking the course this morning, it's a long one. Distance off the tee, especially important here at Echo Park. Course starts off along the big lake. There are a few holes that hug the edge of this lake, not unlike a Bay Hill, but here you get hit with it right off the start. And when you get away from the water, you get hit with the sand on the 6th. There's a thin corridor of fairway that leads to the green that weaves its way through. I think there's 5-6 bunkers leading up to and surrounding the 6th green. And from there on out, the players are going to be on the watch for the sand because it's sneaky and it's hard to avoid in certain situations. It's going to be an exciting time here, I think, this week at Echo Park.
This putt of about 7 feet to the hole.
This is what they have left for birdie here.
Well, what a way to bounce back. Nice putt to hole. And with that now, back to level par. Here we are at the 3rd. Yeah, that one will play. And Henny, what kind of a shot are they facing this time?
I can see the 125-yard marker just nearby.
That looked a little wayward. Getting ready to play their 3rd. All the great players make a bunch of these. This is from 15 feet.
This is huge for momentum. Gotta try and hold this. This for par.
Yeah, good putt. Well hold.
And now let's head over to Harold Varner III.
He's one stroke behind his rival in this event.
Yes! And that will move him up the leaderboard as well. And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks. Here we are at Echo Park Golf Club, the 4th hole, and it's a big brute of a par 4.
Off the tee, your eyes look down the left-hand side and see two massive bunkers and obviously the water. So anything right of that is just fine. If you find the fairway, second shot is downhill just a little bit to a long, narrow green that has got bunkers down the right-hand side. Distance control with that second shot is absolutely imperative if they want to have a good look at birdie.
And now heading over to Harold Varner III.
He's currently in second place, hoping to overtake the leader.
Looks to be going with the 5-iron. Oh, this one should find the surface. Good shot, this. This player's dialed in. What a shot.
Wow, that really put some pressure on their playing partner. I think this rivalry just got a bit of a boost with that amazing approach.
Even for the day. Tied for second place. Going with the pitching wedge here.
All right, he's going with a little extra club, gone against the caddy here. Let's see if it was the right shout.
Lining up the birdie putt here.
With this putt, he'll have HV3 in his wake.
Oh, nice putt to make for a birdie.
And that will take him to 1 under. And that finds him in a share of second. It's time to step on the tee here at the 5th. Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. Seemed to lose the handle on that shot.
And now let's head over to Harold Varner III.
He's sitting there in the rankings at 4th.
Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? Not far from the green here, just in the greenside rough.
I like that. Always good when you've got hands like that around the green.
Gotta say, his short game is phenomenal.
And that makes him tied for first.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard. Lovely, lovely rim.
Time for the second shot here at the 6th.
That dog will hunt.
A chance to move to a couple under the card with this putt. No, that's too bad. Big putt for par coming up. That's pretty tidy. Oh, wonderful effort. Confirms the par. He finds himself in a share of the lead. Teeing off here at the 7th. And after a par at the last, chance to maybe take a step in the right direction here. Oh, good drive. That one should find the fairway. Well, Rich, it's become a bit of a new age thing on tour. A couple of rivalries that heat up on social media. We've seen a number of other players that call each other out. What have you made of this social media age?
Well, you better have thick skin if you're going to get into the social media arena. Thankfully, they didn't have it when I was out there on tour because I don't know if I could handle it. I certainly couldn't be trusted with it back then. But I think if you're going to go into that arena, you have to treat social media like it's just something that it's fun to do. If you do go down that rabbit hole in social media, you better be prepared for the consequences.
Trying to get to 2 under with this putt.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
Why don't we catch up with the V-Man, Harold Varner III.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Big time play, that one, at the right time too.
And this is why you got to keep your foot on the gas at all times. These guys and girls are good.
Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. It's time for a one-shotter. Going with the hybrid. Penny, that ball seems to be sitting down. Is it bad?
Looks like they have a bad lie here in the second cut. This is not sitting nicely.
And now heading over to Harold Varner III.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
A bogey putt awaits. Ooh. And just a little bit of clean-up work remaining on this hole.
And that ensures that he's back to even par now.
And moving down the leaderboard as well.
And what are we looking at here, Henny?
This hole location for him, well, it's about 185 yards out.
Going with the 7. Oh, this would be handy if he could bounce right. Good shot there.
Would need to make a long putt to secure a birdie.
And this putt to move into a tie for first place. Didn't quite have the right stuff there. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it?
And that finishes up the efforts with a tiny little tap in.
Trailing by a couple of strokes now. Teeing off now on the 10th hole. That's a bit out of shape. Oh, well played. And here we are with the third shot.
He's 2 shots back.
And here we are with their 4th. 2 strokes off the lead. Nicely done. And down it goes. Sitting at 1 over for the event. The 11th at Echo Park is a par 4 stretching at 430 from the back tees.
Just a slight bit uphill off the tee shot. Find a spot at that far bunker, Luke, that you want to aim at and go ahead and turn it loose. From there, second shot goes over a nice little meandering stream that wanders throughout the golf course to a green, clover-like in appearance, but I gotta say, this is really one of the coolest holes on the golf course. I love it.
Lovely moment here. Good opportunity to move into a tie for third. And after that effort, this is how the field is shaping up. Just 2 shots back after that hole. Teeing off here on the 12th hole. Going with the 9-iron, I think. Oh, I like that strike. This one's heading well towards the green. That's a terrific shot and sets up a birdie opportunity here at the 12th.
Full of confidence as well with their putter. Gotta like their chances.
And he's down there. You got to read.
Setting up this putt 10 feet from the cup.
Good stuff today, especially the short game has been really sharp today.
And with that, that's their 4th birdie.
Looking ahead now, and this player is currently tied for first in the standings alongside Will Zalatoris.
Rich, there's plenty of paths to the PGA Tour, but few seem to bash their way to the PGA Tour quicker than Will Zalatoris. It was an immediate impact he had, and it's just such an exciting game he possesses.
Watching him go from the Korn Ferry Tour and essentially bypassing all of that fairly immediately with the 3 wins and getting onto the PGA Tour and having such a profound effect when he was out there really is quite astonishing. Without getting the win, but seemingly in contention each and every week out there. you feel the sky is the limit for what's going to happen with this young man. He is so disciplined in what he does in a round of golf. He's got a great mind in the way that he approaches the game and how he advances the golf ball to point A to point B to point. He sees this golf course 3 shots in advance. It's just kind of like it's right there in front of him. He reminds me of an old school pool player who he's already made all the shots. Now just has to go ahead and just sink the next one because he set himself up perfectly for the next one. It's impressive.
Scorecard filled with threes never hurts. Good putt to make this. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. And that's a little disappointing, dropping some spots on the leaderboard. Trying to shake off the bogey on the last hole as they step onto this tee. Not quite the shot he was wanting. And Henny, what are you seeing down there?
He's got about 140, I'd say.
2 over for the day. Tied for 5th. Okay, step 1 complete. Out of the bunker. Now let's go make a putt. And as the putt drops, 2 over, heading down the stretch.
And just a few holes remaining. Let's see what they can produce.
He was on a good line. Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread. And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks right now. Stepping up to the 16th tee now. Choosing the 9-iron here. Didn't quite strike that as cleanly as they would have hoped.
Not taking enough club to get it there.
Getting ready to play their 3rd.
Just 2 shots behind.
And Henny, what are they looking at here?
Yeah, they've left it in the perfect spot here, just below the hole. They can be aggressive up the hill.
And this next putt here is for a double bogey. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Welcome to the tee of a par 4.
Tee shot is looking good here.
Lining up from around 160 yards. 5 shots off the lead. That's inside the house of opportunity.
Outside chance here for the birdie.
Now, long-range putt coming up here. It'd be good to make a bomb, wouldn't it? Oh, what a shame. That would have been a nice one to hole. Oh, so close.
This one for bogey. And now let's head over to Harold Varner III.
Yeah, he needs to press on that gas pedal. He's 2 strokes back from his rival.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands. Sitting at +5 overall.
Unfortunately, backing up slowly but surely on that leaderboard, Luke.
Handy effort, that one. Second shot here at the 18th. Oh, I love this type of courage, Rich. Going forward in 2.
Always like the aggressive play, going forward in 2 and get rewarded for it.
Bit too heavy-handed there. Good chance, this one. Right on 6 feet. A round now in the books. Good luck next time.
Well, that was another spectacular day's viewing. I certainly enjoyed bringing the action alongside Rich Beem and Henny. What did you witness down there? A victory over Harold Varner III?
Luke, I don't even know what I witnessed. I need to go and sit in a dark room and think about that. I saw some incredible shots pulled off that should never have been pulled off. And in the end, Harold Varner III was beaten. I think this player will be so pleased with that they'll use the confidence and just propel themselves forward in the next event and beyond.
On behalf of myself, Rich Beam, and all the hard-working